Well, I hope I am live right now. Hello, everybody. Here we are back again. Can't really speak much, but I'll try my level best to do that. Today has been kind of speaking day. I've been speaking all the day because there is no class to take until unless I'm done with this thing. So yeah, I'll keep speaking. It will not happen on a daily basis, but it will happen sometimes. Yeah. So we were here. Today has been kind of speaking day. So what all we have done? We have built it. That's good. We haven't pushed it yet. So let's even create one more file for pushing things. So let's do it. ls. We have this docker cd docker testing. Here we are inside this. Then do we have two instances of it? No, we have only one. Docker images. How many images do we have? Let's build one more image of the same project docker, but this time I have to push it to the docker hub, so I need to name it well. So that's gonna be like docker build unstoppable the coder / my app, something like this. It will be taking everything from the current directory. This is how it's going to be built, and then we'll be simply going ahead. Even we can we can go inside the what is that thing called? Go inside the container and check out the things. Let me do this thing as well. So talking about the docker images, so these are the images that we have. Unstoppable Academy, Unstoppable the coder, my app that has been created. I can even run that. So let's run it. Let's take even the docker processes that we have. We don't have any process running. So docker process docker run. Let's start running this process like this. So this thing is done right now. It's running on 3000 port. That's bad. That should not happen. So docker process docker kill. I'm gonna be killing this one from here. Let's kill it. Docker run it again. Docker run docker run. First of all, we need to specify the port as well. So let's do port mapping 3000 by default, and that's gonna be unstoppable the coder unstoppable the coder / my app. This is the name. Let's run this thing right now, and I should be able to get the response in the 3000 port if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm getting that. And once this thing is done, I can stop it. ls docker. We can go inside this. So executive mode, something like that. Interactive mode, of course, we'll be running it. And that docker ps, we have this docker exec interactive mode. The id is going to be this, and we will be running ssh. We are inside the app, and then we can go we can run bash sh, something like that, but that happens mainly with node only, not alpine. Inside this we have these many files. We have source dist, we have dist. Okay, node modules we can go inside the source, and even not only this much, we can ls -a docker ignore. We have dist source. Okay, these are the files we have. We can even check the things, and we are inside the container right now. We can exit the container. So this is how things work. We are done with removing, clean, done. Execute something inside the container. That's we have already done it. We have even used the environmental variables. We are done with that. A database URL will be available in the process.yml. That's okay. Docker build, that's done already. Docker volume. Let's create a volume this time. Why do we need to create the volume? The simple thing is that if the volume is not created, last time I had this process running. If I run that again, Docker run, last time I was actually running Postgres. Okay, so Docker run Postgres. Let's see, specify the port. Port is gonna be 2018. Really? 27018. I don't think so. Port gonna be 5430. This was the port if I'm not wrong, and it will be running on 5431 port, and password is gonna be Postgres password. That's gonna be 3241. This was something that I was running earlier. So Docker run, port number is clear. We have specified the environment variable. We can specify the Postgres image name. I think this much should be enough for us. Anything else? Nothing as such. Let's start running it. Right now it's running, and especially if we just use a PSQL, the username is gonna be Postgres post name. Even before that, what do we? Username is clear, host name is clear. What else do we need? Host name is gonna be localhost for sure. I hope so. Host is gonna be localhost, yeah. And PSQL requires one more thing. We have a database name, I think. Yeah, database. It can connect to that particular database. So I think database does not exist. So let's just write it. Let's go with this much. We can give it port. Yeah, sorry, I was. So we have given it username. We have given it localhost. We can give it port, and port is gonna be 5430. Let's see whether it connects or not. Bad. PSQL connect to DB. Five four three zero. Host is gonna be localhost. Error connection server localhost. Okay. I had Docker run port 5430, 5431. It will be running inside the container. 5432. Sorry, my bad. 5432, and this is how it's gonna be running. We are inside it, and if I just run the same thing again, let's enter the password that I entered, and we are inside it. And GT, we did not find any table. Good. And we can connect the same thing in here as well. I think it was already connected. Let's see whether it is connected or not. We have Postgres, and that's it. We have nothing. Earlier we had a pencil table. We had DB, a different table DB. So ultimately we had many tables, and right now we have nothing. Ultimately we had many databases, and we had nothing. Why? It actually happened. Even we can create one database in here. So let's do it right here. So let's create a database. Let's say database name is going to be test, and that's it. Security, everything's gonna be changed. Let's save it. This test database is created. Right now, if I actually run the same command in here, did not find any tables. Okay, that's crazy. I actually created that. It's saying that it did not find any tables. I will have to, I think, what I think is simple. I will have to reconnect it to the database. 3241 is the password, and if I just run the same command dt, did not find any table. That's okay. I think tables are not created yet. Yeah, that is for sure. Tables are not created, and we are inside Postgres. Inside Postgres, tables are not created. So first of all, let's create the database and go to that database, and then things are gonna be going on like that. So the first step is going to be, first of all, we have created test database, we have schema, we have tables, and there are no tables as such right now, so we can create a table, and table name is gonna be users, and owner is gonna be Postgres, public, that's again gonna be public, columns, we can define the columns here as well. The first column is gonna be the ID, and type is going to be integer, int ID, big int, whatever, let's keep it big int, not null, primary key, default, auto increment, okay, never mind, let's remove the default. And one more I'll have, that's gonna be the name. So name is here, string, where we can have variables, where character varying this much, I think this much, this will be okay, and length, precision, that's, let's keep it 50, not null, it cannot be null, it cannot be primary key, by default it will have nothing, let's save it. So this has been created, let's see, this, so we have these many two things. Now what can we do? We have the database created, we have tables inside that, so let's connect it to that particular database. So we can do one thing, let's exit this particular thing right now, /q \, and we will be using PSQL again, and first of all we'll give the username is Postgres, if I'm not wrong, that is what we have entered. By the way, the username is selected by default, if I'm not wrong. Let's do one thing, what we used earlier, Postgres, this Postgres package we were running. We can even decide the database that we have to create. By default it creates Postgres, but we can define database, that's gonna be test database, if I'm not wrong. Let's see, unable to find even locally, bad. Let's go only with this much. Okay, it works, and I think that database is the D stands for database here, so let's even check this thing out. I think it will work here. D means it starts running it in the background. Docker ps. We have many processes running. Let's check this thing out whether it's still running or not. First of all, database, refresh it. Right now I just have Postgres. That's crazy. I have to work on the things again. But here what happened? As soon as I disconnected, the database got destroyed, and ultimately everything inside database that also got destroyed. So we can do one thing, we can create volumes, and that those volumes will store the data of the database, as simple as that. Even if the data is database is destroyed, we can connect the volume to the new database that we create, and this is how we can just simply go ahead. We can just simply run the command docker kill, and this particular thing, let's kill the processes that are running right now. The first one has been killed, and docker kill at the second one that we had, and that is this one. Let's go with this one too. Done. Docker process stop docker ps a. We have many processes stopped. We don't even need to start them, but we can just remove them anytime. So this thing is done. What is the next thing that's remaining? If I'm gonna be username Postgres, and host is gonna be localhost, port is gonna be 5430, database is gonna be test. Will it work? It will not work because it does not exist. That is for sure. Yeah. So we'll have to create first of all. So let's do one thing. Docker ps. This is where we are creating at a 5430 port, and this particular command we'll have to run once the database is created. When the particular database is running on that particular port, then we can try to connect it to that well, it will still not be connected because test does not exist. So we will have to create test file. So let's create test file inside that test database. Ultimately that should be enough for us. Just test and save it. We need to have this what is the problem, by the way? Any custom failed. Let's refresh it first of all. We already have test inside it. That's okay. We had test remaining here. That's good. And now we can try to connect to test. Delete. Okay, we do not lose the data in here. That's something interesting. Or do we lose that? Let's check this thing out. Inside tables, yeah, I lost the data. I have nothing inside the tables right now. So we did lose the data inside the tables. Let's give it one more try. We have stopped it. We should be coming out of it too. Could not receive data from server software, caused connection abort. That's okay because we stopped that. Let's run it again. Let's try to connect to this particular thing. 3241. Well, did not get connected. Once more. 3241. It did not get connected. Database test does not exist or what? Let's check this thing out too. So this is where I am. Let's refresh the whole thing. We have Postgres, and that's it. We have nothing inside that. Let's refresh the database. We just have Postgres. That means as soon as we stop that, we lost the data. Let's run it again. 3241. It failed again. That means we will have to create a test file from our own side. Okay, not a problem. We can do that. First of all, let's refresh it. Yeah, we do not have anything. So let's create test and save it. Any custom file database ID of the server. We can give the definition to it. Okay. Parameters. We can have parameters, advanced SQL and all. Okay, that's great. Yes. If I just refresh it right now, I will get that test. Okay. So this is how we have created that, and once that is created, we can actually try and getting connected to that. That's right. What is the problem? The problem is that as soon as we stop the database from our container, all the data inside that, even the database itself, they are just gone. So what can we do? We can just create a volume. Even right now, as we have done that, if we have a look at the database, so let's see what we have here. Even database does not exist. Let's check this one. Inside database we have nothing, and if we just refresh this one, we may not even have database because it does not exist. Nothing exists because there is no database at all. What is the solution to this? The solution is simple: create a volume and then simply go ahead. So let's create a volume. What is the command? Docker volume and create. That's it. Docker volume create. This is the command to create the volume, and I can say my app volume. This is the name for that. Let's create that. I can even check how many volumes I have right now. So docker volume ls. These many volumes I actually have, and these two have been created by me. MongoDB I created yesterday. My app volume, this volume has been created right now. What is the benefit of using volume? This is the question that you should be asking. First of all, we can connect the volume to the process that we are running. So right now we are running Postgres. To this particular process, we can attach our volume. Volume name is my app volume. What is the use of attaching it? When we attach this, the volume will be, as the volume has created, it will be attached, and once it is attached, at the end, if we destroy the data, all the data will be saved inside it. Let's run it. Ultimately, that particular volume is being used, and if we this time we go here and run it, refresh that. Okay, Postgres is there already, that is created by default. Let's get another database, and that another database is gonna be, suppose, test. I will be giving it some parameters as well. The parameters is gonna be simple. That's gonna be parameter, bad. Yeah, not parameter actually. Yes, delete it. Security definitions, advanced SQL. OID, owner, Postgres is the owner. Inside database, we are trying to create another database. That's great. Security, save it. It's saying that integer, unique, constant field, database ID, database server, background, this is reset it. UT, security, we can have security parameters. We could have added parameters, but okay, never mind. It must have been saved, by the way, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, test got saved here. Let's click on test, and there is no table as such right now, so we can create even a table. We can click on columns, we can click on add, and suppose we'll have ID. This is gonna be begin, whatever. This is gonna be not null, this is gonna be primary key. We can have one more, that's gonna be the username or name, whatever you call that. And this is gonna be where variable, ultimately where character where, and the length is gonna be suppose 24 now, not more, not null, and that's it. Name cannot be empty. Name cannot be empty, that's what I'm saying. Not null. Name cannot be empty, that's crazy thing. Char, there's nothing like char, I think. Char, we have characters. Okay, this can be great. Begin we have here. Let's remove it. Let's add one more. That's gonna be username. That's gonna be char here, character, and this thing primary key cannot never be. Let's save it. Well, we can't really save it here. Why can't we do that? Close it. Yes. Let's even remove it from here, drop it by force. This is something that's running, and this is running on properties, connection 5430. This is the password, username is Postgres. We could have changed that, but we never changed, so this is like that. And parameters, everything's okay. Let's close this one. If I actually want to create a database, like if I want to create, we can create a server, we are not gonna do that. We can create a database, and the database name is gonna be testdb. Definition, don't need to, I think, change anything. Let's save it. Yeah, it's created, and once this database is created, we can create tables inside that. Okay, let's try to do that. Let's create a table, and the table name is going to be, name of the table is gonna be table users, and inside that we will have some columns. First one is gonna be ID, and that ID is gonna be begin, if I'm not wrong, and the not null and primary key. One more I need to have, and that's gonna be just name, and that's gonna be char, character, where char. Let's go with the characters. This, not this. Let's save it. So this much is done. Character varying 50. That's great. Once this is saved, I should be able to connect to the database. TestDB is the name of the database. So let's connect. 3241 is the password. This is correct. Done. And if I talk about the tables inside it, so there is one table, and that is called users. So that's already there. This way we are done here. Right now, earlier we used to, whenever we used to stop the server, at that time we used to lose the database as well as the content inside that. Right now, as we have used volumes, so we will not lose that. Let's even check. First of all, we'll exit it. Check the volumes, docker volume ls. So this is the volume that we have created, my app volume, and this volume we have connected to the database that we are in right now. Let's stop the database. Once the database is stopped, you can even check the Docker process. There is no Docker process running right now. And right now, if we try to connect it to the same database again, and if we PSQL inside that, enter the password, it's saying that connection error. Okay, database testdb does not exist. Wasn't there anything inside testdb? I could have saved some values. Let's refresh it. I have used the volume. This is something that was not expected. Docker run 5430. This is the password. Volume is going to be my app volume. Postgres is gonna be this. If I'm using that volume, let's start it. And once this thing is done, we will try to connect to this. It will not work, so we will have to even create the database. We did try to do that earlier. Why it didn't work there back then? Let's database test. There are no options. Okay, let's click on this one, create database, test, save it. What is the problem? Drop it by force and let's see what's gonna happen. We don't want to create. We want to create a database. Database is name gonna be test, but I think it's not accepting that. Let's save it. Well, yeah. What is the problem? SQLite integrity, the unique constant field, database ID, database. So this test DB. Let's rename it. Okay, the test was the problem. Name was the problem. That's okay. Test DB has been created. Let's save some of the values inside that too. So first of all, we will create the tables, and once the tables are created, let's create a table. Table is gonna be simple. Users table, even we'll save some data inside that. So this is how it's gonna be. Two things we need to actually save. First one is gonna be ID. ID I said. Come on, yeah. The first one is gonna be the ID that will gonna be big int, not null, primary key. The second one is gonna be just the name, and this much. As for the name, we will be selecting char variables. Of course, they are gonna be character varying. That should be better. Length is gonna be, let's keep it 50 around right now, and that's it. Save it here, and we should be able to enter some data. How can we enter some data inside it? Okay, create rows, create table, column, index. Create rows. Table rows has been created. Let's see. Refresh it. What do we have inside it? We have columns. What do we have inside the columns? We have nothing. So create column. Can't I just enter the value inside it? Table, columns, table, refresh, backup, import. I think I should be able to do the stuff from here on. I'm not sure how we can edit that manually. I have no idea. I should be able to do it somewhere. Create table. I'm gonna be creating another table inside the table. That's crazy. I don't wanna do that. So what else do I have? By the way, yes, remove it. Can I just get it run using this only? Well, yeah, it's working. We can insert the data in here. Well, that's not really a big deal. We've done it earlier, so we can do it right now. What do we have? Do insert into users values, insert it into users, insert the data in SQL insert data, insert into SQL. What was the command? Insert into table name and then columns in the, like this. Okay, insert into this users, and first one is gonna be the ID, second one is gonna be the name, values are gonna be 1 and hi, name is gonna be suppose name. Let's run this all. Name does not exist. Okay, that is the username if I'm not wrong. Username. Let's run it. Username of the relation does not exist. Insert into. So ultimately that was name itself. And right now I don't think we need to enter the ID too. So let's remove the ID from here. And let's only go with this much. And enter it. Column does not exist. There is a column named name in the table users, but it can be changed from this part of the query. We have ID, we have name. ID, name. We can have one in this. Let's run it. This column named in the table, but it cannot be. This is insane. Let's do one thing, play the music in the background too. Well, this video is about learning Docker, and mainly it's about me learning Docker. But the thing is that we are stuck here. Let's give it a try, yaar. Things are not working as expected, the way we expected them to work. Okay. Actually, throughout the day I spoke so much. Right now, even I'm having to force myself to speak. That's crazy. We have user. We can create the things directly inside it, can't we? We should be able to do that. Can you tell me your background? My background is really nothing. Seriously. I'm just a person who's trying to learn the things right now, like coding stuff and all. Yeah, I can say I've been an English teacher earlier in past. You can see some of the English videos too on YouTube. But apart from this particular thing, consider me having no background at all. Just trying to make some background. Okay, let's start getting this stuff done from here on. First of all, we have users. So, what can I do? Insert. I have to only this way. Insert into users. Nice. Thank you. Insert users, and that's gonna be getting the ID. How can I actually get it done? We have columns, we can give them, and then this is how it will be going on. Let's try it. I'm not even sure it will work. Name, just only this much, and values are gonna be 1 and my name. Insert into ID. ID of relation users does not exist. Can I create a database directly like that? I had learned about SQL. It's like I've forgotten the commands of the SQL. That's crazy. But I will have to figure this thing out too. But SQL was not the problem, by the way. I was mainly, it's good to just go through SQL things. We have intro. Okay, we can select and all. We have syntax. Okay, not this. Select this. Where, order, and, or not insert into. This is what I wanted. But the thing is that we can only insert when the table is already created. How can we actually create a table, or does it automatically get created? I think so. Table should be automatically created. Let's try this thing out. As for the ID, I will be not getting this in here, this much, and I will be just inserting the name. Okay, that's my bad. Okay, name of the relation does not exist. This thing will make me go through the SQL thing again. I was using Prisma, so I was quite happy. SQL code was being generated automatically. So it's like being in the habit of using SQL Prisma, and SQL code have been being generated automatically, so no one cared. I didn't care. So this is what happens. Let's do one thing. This time it's time to go through SQL properly. First of all, I'm unable to run the commands of SQL. What is the right step to go through that? I have gone through it earlier in past, so I will be just simply going through my notes. Coding learning, web development by Yatna College. Coding learning should be enough. I'm going through my notes right now. I just have a look at the commands. Wanna know exactly what happens in SQL. Offline com extension imaging, enable extension, update your things. But Google Docs offline com extension is missing or disabled. To offline enable extension, update your settings. Oh, forget about this. What can I go with? SQL, do I have that? MongoDB I have. Bootstrap, TypeScript, React, VS Code, Tailwind. I don't have SQL here, so where can I find that? I may have SQL here. Time to go through the old notes. These notes I created some time back in past. Okay, it's taking time to reload. Okay, SQL part 1, here we are. So time to go through this, right? Anything else? Nothing. We have to just simply go through SQL. So structured query language, I got it. It is a collection of database. Come on, it got that. Relational structured query language. Create, drop, insert, update, select, grant, revoke. Table in SQL. We have this. columns. Okay. We need to create the columns or what? Rows we have SQL DB, first column, create database. Let's start using this. This is the only way to just get the things done in the best way possible. What are we going to do? First of all, we will be creating a database. Okay. What then? Then we'll be thinking about the other things. We are inside this. Okay, let's even remove everything from here. Close all for now. Don't save anything at all. Don't save anything at all, I said. Yeah. This test DB I had, even I'm gonna be dropping it by force. We have a database running, that's okay. Let's create database that's already created. Here we are in, and we can run some of the commands inside that. That's okay. Okay. Register, create, we can create some other things, refresh the database, the Postgres I have, and apart from it I can just simply create. Let's go inside Postgres and query tool. I can directly get the query tool if I'm not wrong. Can I get the query tool from here? I can't. Can I get it from here? Query tool. Yeah, I can't from here. Nope. So let's get it from here on and let's see how many things we can actually accomplish. So we are inside this query tool. What is the next first thing? We have to create a database. So create we have to create a database and DB name. So my DB. Returned. Let's refresh this right now. Okay, so ultimately death. Oh my god. Postgres test. I dropped it, right? Dropped force. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, that's gone. So I have created this. If I run it again, I will get the database error that it already exists. That's amazing thing. So using, I will be just mentioning all the commands at a place. I'll be keeping all the commands at a place so that I can just refer to them anytime. So this is the first command. Using this I can simply create the database. I can use Postgres. Can't I? Do I have that Postgres? Yeah, Postgres SQL I do have that if I'm not wrong. Nope, I don't. Have I deleted that? We have pgadmin. Okay, and apart from this thing, Postgres. What is this? Postgres. I think I deleted that by mistake. Never mind. That's not a problem. So I created my DB. So for even we can use that. We can drop the database. Drop database, and the DB name is gonna be my DB. Using this one, I can drop it. So let's run it. So drop database my DB. What is the problem? Syntax error. Where? Drop database should be fine. Syntax error means this thing I need to have. Execute query and execute a script. Could be, I think this could be the only syntax error that I have. Yeah, it ran. So this was the syntax error, crazy. So I have even removed that. So if I refresh it, so I'm not getting that. That is one thing, one problem I'm facing. Let's see, get the things done. Postgres. Don't really have that. I don't know. Why am I even checking the same? I could have checked in the app section. SQL, Postman, okay, not this. Turns out I don't really have that. I had a software. Let's get that back. Postgres, download, SQL, this thing. What will it give us? pgadmin or something window. I'm not sure which one is better, but okay, let's see. Is there any option to download? installer GitHub I have. Download the installer. Postgres, Linux, Windows 18 point something. Okay, that's downloading. Quite good speed, so won't take lots of time. Okay, but Prisma optimization needs you to know SQL. Prisma optimization, sorry, maybe I took time to respond. Prisma optimization needs you to know SQL. So far I have just been, I learned SQL long time ago, it's not like that. But then I started using Prisma and I just converted the code, Prisma code to SQL. But Prisma optimization requires, so yeah, I will be learning that. Not even learning, I will be going through that. It will be like that. Sorry if I took time to just respond. It was just on the, in the background, the main page was in the background. I hope, oh, what are we installing right now? Something crazy, just a sec. Microsoft, okay, this is, let it go on like this only. We had oh my god, seriously, I'm kidding. I had MySQL. And this is the workbench that I have right now. I was even getting confused with this. This PG admin I have and I had MySQL. Let's open this thing. I wanna get a new connection. That connection should be, let's remove all these things. Create data table, then insert the things. Interesting. I did it long time ago. Let's even remove this particular thing from here on. Oh, come on. MySQL. Can I get a new connection? Because I'm running Postgres right now. Yeah. That means I need to use Postgres only. I think using Docker I can get the image of that only, that too. Let's see. Docker pull SQL. I can get the error response from the switch denied SQL repository does not exist. Okay, sorry. So what can I do right now? hub.docker.com SQL. MCP SQLite, what is this? I've never used these things, so I'm not sure how they are gonna even perform, but never mind, I'm not gonna use Postgres. I'm using, so that's enough for me right now. And even I've installed something that I don't know, so I will be exploring that. Well, for the images, maybe these are the only ones that are being used, like MCP SQLite. We have the light version of that. Yeah, could be. Never used, so let's forget about that. Let's keep it here. This is what I've installed. And what is this? Setup Postgres SQL next. Postgres SQL server like PG. It's like Postgres SQL server, PG, admin, stack, builder, command line tools. All of them are gonna be installed, but I have them already. Existing directory has been found at this. Yeah. Pre-installation. Next. Setup is now ready. Please ensure the PG admin server is shut down. Okay, by the way, we already have this thing. This is mainly about installation. The software that I actually downloaded, that was for installing everything together, but I don't really need to do that, so I'd better just go with this particular PG admin thing in here. So first of all, let's go through the things. I will be just writing the command setup place so that I don't need to go through the whole notes. By the way, first of all, we created the database. Once the database is created, we can even drop the database, and if we want to use the database, we can use the database too. So use MyDB. But the thing is that I haven't created the database yet, so let's create the database. And right now database should be created, so let's refresh it. The database has been created, and schema There are no tables as such right now. Yeah, there are no tables, but the database has been created. In order to start using this, I think I'm already using this. I'm not sure, but let's use my database USE DB. Let's start using this. Use syntax error. Use USE. Ooh, can't I do that? These commands are mainly for post like SQL. We cannot use a database in Postgres. Really? Let's keep one of the instance here. Can't we run use command on Postgres? The command use found like MySQL not exactly Postgres. Instead of use you connect directly to a specific database when PSQL database and all. Okay, we just get we use connected to the database directly using PSQL. That's good. So let's forget about this thing. How about the next thing? I was learning about Docker, and here I am. Okay, I just wanted to learn about few things. Use DB, I got to know about that. We can use that. We can create tables. Create table. Ooh, create table. This is something that exists. Column name, data type name, constraint name. We can get this thing done like this. So let's try it out. Create create table. We are gonna be creating tables, and first one is gonna be the column name. Suppose ID. Data type gonna be integer. I'm not sure whether this is right or not. Integer. And constraint. What is the constraint? Do I have an example as such? ID primary key. I hope this is right. Then second one is suppose username string create table in Postgres. Okay, we are inside Postgres. For creating table, we can go ahead like this. Okay, brand model year. This is how we can create the tables. I've created int where care, and even we can specify the numbers. That's great. Int username where care 255 suppose. This thing is done, and then age, that's going to be int. I think this much should be fine. I should be able to create an array like a table. Run it. Syntax error. Thank you. How about right now? Oh my god, really? Create table. I had better give it some name. What should be the name of your table? The name of the table users. Let's run it now. Age int. Syntax at age. What is the problem with this? Create table. Is the data fetch add column break after? Turns out I'll have to learn. I'll have to go depth into this thing too. I had just overall idea about all these things. I never, because of Prisma, of course, I never dived deep into it. But I think I will have to dive deep now. But I just wanted to get it done somehow. So is there any way to just directly simply go ahead? Here, why am I getting this error here? Age, username is okay. Int, age is gonna be int. And syntax error at age. That is the syntax error that I have. here int was like this only. Oh my god, such a crazy thing. We even need to get this particular stuff done. Okay, right now it's done. We can just select. I will be getting it done, by the way. If it is hard, I'm gonna be making it easy. Ha, users. This thing, let's run this command right now. Okay, we are getting everything, and right now we can just insert into. So first of all, we need to create the table, and then we need to insert the data. So insert into users, and first one is do I need to insert ID? No, I don't need to insert ID. Am I sure? Probably. Username and age. Values are gonna be the username is gonna be Vipendra, suppose. Why not enter my own name? And age is gonna be suppose 23, 24, whatever. This way, let's get this thing done. Syntax error at an error number line, whatever. Insert, done. Okay, column username of relation users does not exist. Well, that's not good. We have insert into cars, then brand, model, year, and then this is how we have to insert it. That's good. Username. We have username. It accepts characters, and we are getting it from users. Insert into username image. What is the problem? The problem is column username of relation users does not exist. Insert into username age. What does this error mean? Error column does not exist, SQL state. Well, this is not actually that's my problem actually. Alter table, we can alter the tables. PostgreSQL, haven't I learned PostgreSQL ever? I have actually, I think. Insert the data, we are trying to insert the data, why are you even getting that? SQL. Time to take the help of AI. What's wrong with this? This, whatever. Is integrated no obvious syntax error. Column means, oh my god, which means it is right. So what is the wrong with my database? Why was I getting that error like this one? Data indicates that procedures can't find a name either in your table schema next this column, though age exists. Check the schema. Run users in PSQL is not able to view columns. And use existing columns insert into name, age, values, name, age, schema match. Insert into users. I didn't even want to worry about it. I wanted to learn the Docker thing, and even I'm gonna be switching to that only after this thing is done. But this is where I got stuck. Never thought of you. My bad. How to delete a table now? First of all, I want to know that thing, because I drop table PostgreSQL. Yeah, this is drop table cars. Let's drop the table first of all. So I have created the table. It's time to drop table and the table is gonna be users. Let's run this command. Table is dropped. Let's create the table, but this time the name spelling should be right. Username. This thing is done. Let's insert the values. This much. Run it. Vipendra does not exist. Oh my god. Oh my god. How about this? But it is saying that column Vipendra. We have to generate the columns. So okay, users find. We have ID, this thing, then users. There should be username this time. That's right. Username and age. And if I try to insert the values Vipendra does not exist. Column Vipendra does not exist. That is not even column, that is my name. User does not exist, that's okay. We are creating the table name is user, int primary key, username where k255 as is int. If I just simply create it, if I run it, done. If I get it, done. Age integer varying, and if I just try to values, when it comes to insert into, this is by the way good thing here. Insert into cars brand this, and values are gonna be this. What is even the problem with this? Oh, come on, small letters. This. We have tables. Inside table we actually have nothing, or what? Let's refresh it. Oh, we have nothing inside the table. MyDB that we have created, we have nothing inside the table. If we just select everything from users, this will happen. We are inside. We created DB, then how can we start using that? We are still inside Postgres. We can switch to new connection. MyDB we can switch to, and user Postgres server is this. Save it by changing, just save it, and this time it should work. So let's check this thing out too. First of all, this thing, we are inside MyDB Postgres that we don't even have users, so let's create it successfully. Let's save the values. We are getting the same error. That's crazy. This thing is done. At least we are unable to save the values. That is the thing. Insert into. Now I versus Prisma Postgres, whatever you call that. I get it done anyhow. Okay, I was going through Python, so I may not even Docker actually. So the main focus was not on SQL. First of all, let's go through all the Docker commands. That is the thing that is the main thing needs to be done right now, and then we'll be just going ahead. Oh my god, double quotes. Seriously? Let's go with single quotes. It made me cry. Null ID users violates not null constraint. Falling row null. Vipendra this. SQL. I named it primary. What else can I primary key. By the way, I need to give it some values here, so let's give it ID here too, and ID is gonna be 1. By default I'm just saving it. There's some way to just save the default value as well, but for now let's go ahead like this. Successful, and then here we are. Finally we could just save it. By the way, this is not the main class of SQL Prisma. We'll get it done. SQL, I'll get it done. Prisma, PostgreSQL, I'll get it done, don't worry. But first of all, let's focus on this thing. By the way, we have created it. We have this my database, so we should be able to get it connected. So let's go ahead. We have this thing. This should be database should be my DB right now. DB. Let's try to connect with this thing. We are inside it. DT. Good thing is that we are actually using volume. There is possibility that I will not lose it, but last time I think I lost it, so I'm not sure even this time. So let's think. I should get out of here automatically. I haven't got out. Okay, let's try to connect this thing again. Well, it will refuse. And by the way, yeah, it refused. Let's connect it to the same. Let's connect to Postgres using the same volume. And once it got actually connected, then let's see whether let's refresh it, and we just have Postgres. So volume is not working as expected. Why? Probably this thing is crazy. Let's connect to the same database, PostgreSQL MyDB. Well, it does not exist. There's this question. When I'm actually using a database, volume, docker volume ls, that is the volume, my app volume. Why is this not able to save the values? With Mongo it worked actually. Yesterday I did not have to face this problem. The volume was attached to MongoDB database URL, the first one, and then it worked fine. So this my app is being used or what? My app, well, this is not something I want to look at. This is what I want to look at. My app not being used, that's okay. This thing I'm not getting. Let's do one thing. Let's remove this database. So docker volume help. So we have removed. To remove that, docker volume ls, docker remove, docker volume remove my volume. Done. By the way, I'm not sure whether you are here or not, but thank you very much for telling me that Prisma optimization needs to know SQL. That is why I will actually work on SQL. I had no plans of working on SQL or PostgreSQL, but now I will. Okay, this thing is done. Docker volume ls, we have only this much. What can we do right now? We can create a volume, and volumes are created like that only, the way I mentioned earlier. So when it comes to volume, we can create a volume, PostgreSDB volume, PostgreSDB. Yes. Docker volume create PostgreSDB, this volume. Let's create it. Docker volume ls. This thing is also done. Docker. Let's run the Postgres first of all. Docker process. We don't have any. docker ps docker run on port 5430 so that we can connect easily, and it will be running on 5432 inside the container. And then we need to have volume. The volume is going to be, let's even give it the name, the container, the name, yeah, the name Postgres DB volume, Postgres DB volume. What else? Postgres, that's it. Password we didn't mention, sorry, that was my bad. Port name this and the password environment variable. This is gonna be Postgres password. That's gonna be 2041. What is the problem? Docker here. Response daemon conflict the container. This DB is already in use. Docker ps Docker ps for all. Let's stop everything. These are the ones, right? Let's select all the not the volumes but the containers. These are the containers. Delete all of them. Then okay, I haven't deleted the images. Right now there's none. What can I do next? Let's go with that process. Postgres. It is running right now. I am even using the volume. That's, I think, being used. If I click on volume and this Postgres volume, it's not being used. Not in use. That means the volume we actually created got never used. That is insane. How can we connect? We got connected to the Postgres like MongoDB yesterday. It does not work on Postgres. So it is not using the volume that we are giving. Yeah. I created a Postgres container that is running Postgres actually, and the thing is that I want to attach a volume to the Postgres database. Is that possible, and how to do it? Taking too much time. Docker run. Okay, my Postgres name is Postgres password secret. This thing volume. Oh, my bad. Volume where like Postgres SQL data. The volume we created, that should be connected to the volume inside Postgres. Like that should be connected to the space. Is where the official Postgres image keeps its data. So the volume we have to reference that volume to the place where the particular database stores the data, and that is the in MongoDB data slash db was the space, and here that is different, where lib postgres sql data. Let's simply check that thing too. For checking that this particular thing, that was my bad, I just forgot some of the steps. So I think the last time, yeah, I did forget the steps. Guess what, how great I am. I forget the steps and then I keep struggling with them. Okay, now this is running, that's great. The process we have, let's go inside the process and check the things. Docker ps, this is the process that I have running. Docker execute interactive mode, let's get the idea of it, and sh. We are inside it, we have these many things. Where do I have to go? We have to go inside where cd, where ls, cd, what next, lib, ls, cd, postgresql. cd, postgresql, ls, cd. Oh. How can I write present working directory? Yeah, where lib? I'm still inside lib. ls, cd, post, GraceQL. This thing does not work here. That's okay. cd, postgresql. Yeah, ls 18. That's crazy stuff. Working directory trash. ls, we are here. What was the command place, by the way? It was lib postgresql and then database data slash where. Path where post grace stores the data. Postgres database inside this where lib psql data. Depends on the distribution. User local where post. Oh my god, crazy. How to know where the Postgres is storing the data inside a container, Docker container. sh bash where lib Postgres is similar. I need to know about this. That's okay, should be saved inside that. Let's figure this thing out on our own. So mostly we need to go inside what? Win boot ls al. This is gonna be too much. Is there any way to just see all the folders and their subfolders? Command to see all the folders and their subfolders too. Okay, dir tree slash f, will it work? Really? Let's see. Tree slash f, not found. ls slash f, not found. What about this here? dir slash cmd command to see all the folders in the and they are, let's write properly, they are subfolders in docker inside docker container. How to list all the directories and files in docker container. Okay, docker ts, not that docker executive mode, that's great. Done. DIRS, oh what the hell, not this. PowerShell, SH I ran actually, I can run PowerShell, but I ran SH. Using SH. LSR. I got all of them, but there are too many. Okay, will be great. My god, what will be great? It's crazy. This is not the best way to do. Let's do one thing. ls cd bin lsr. Yeah, this is the good way. These are the things. It will definitely not be here. Let's go one step back. Let's check all the things where it can be. We have where, we have user, we have these two places. Let's go to cd user lsr. Great job. Let's start it from the beginning. Share. There are too many. I hope there are not many. There are too many. Whether I hope or not, that doesn't matter. Can I search here like this? Yeah, I can search data. Cling. T-search, not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. Nah. Data.com. Nope, that does not exist here at least. So I can just come here, cd one step back, ls cd where lsr f data 16 data. Okay, data. This thing, not this thing, not this thing, not this thing, not this thing. Okay, that's crazy stuff. This is even not working for me. Close it. ls. We have backups cache lib local log mail opt run spool temp cd lib ls. We have apt depackaging mix spam postgresql cd postgresql ls. We have done cd at ls docker cd docker ls. We have this. I'm gone. Let's exit this from here on. Okay, what to know? Let's go with the path that was given us by default. Let's search it properly once. Did I search here? Yeah, minimal examples. Run docker compose. Run docker compose d2 if you want the data registered data. Let's go with this path. I hope it's gonna work. Just give it a try. we've been giving try so many things, so why not this one? ls, here we are, docker ps, let's stop whatever, nothing is running, that's good. Here we are inside this, the volume wasn't supposed to be written like this. Now slash where slash lib, then slash where slash lib postgresql slash data slash postgresql slash data, enter. Bad. DB already exists. Okay, let's kill all the containers that we have. Wanna close it? Yeah. The suggested container configures for 18 plus is to place a single mount at where SQL, which will then place procedures for data inputs directly Welcome back, bro. It's working. We have only Postgres, we can create it. So last time this was the mistake that I was making. This time this is primary key, int, big int, whatever you call it. Let's create a database. Let's go with this, create database, continue. Connection failed, wow. My DB does not exist, that's right, let's remove it. Let's get a, yeah, don't save it, yeah. I didn't save it. Query tool. Create a database mydb. What is the shortcut? Add file. Too bad. The database is created. Let's refresh it. Refresh this thing right now. Once this thing is done, let's get the query PSQL to bad query tool. Got it. Don't save. Okay, once this got created, what now? Let's see what all we have inside it. We have this much. We have table. Create table. So create a table. Users table. First one is gonna be ID int primary key. I'm not sure how to give it. How to make primary key to be increased automatically while working with PostgreSQL. But how to make primary key to be increased automatically while working with Postgres. Serial, maybe. Name var char 255 not null, age int not null. Done. Let's create the table, save it. Primary key serial. Never mind, I can save it on my own. Insert into users. We'll have ID, we'll have name, we'll have age. Values ID 1, name or not double quotes, just single quotes, Vipendra, and age was 23. And this, let's run this one. Done. And what can we do right now? We can just get them all. So select everything from users. So we are able to get the data back. The thing is that we are going to stop this database, the container ultimately. The container is stopped. That means if I try to get the data and all, if I try to see the things inside it, that is not going to be available. That's just running like circular form. That means that's not available at all. Now what are we going to do? The simple thing, we will be getting connected to the database using the same volume that we had earlier. Let's check this thing out. Oh my god, that's already running. Docker ps, we have to remove the docker ps a for all. Docker remove, and let's remove this one. We can start running it again. We can run it again, that's great. But when we start it, at that time this particular thing will be started only, so the same thing will be running. By the way, let's simply check this out. At this time, let's go here, let's refresh the page. We'll get everything that we had. By the way, MyDB tables, inside the tables, yeah, we had users, so we are getting this. Not only this, if I just simply stop it and if I just say docker starts it in the background ps docker, I think it does happen like that. We can start the processes in the background. How to start the processes in the background in Docker? I think using -d, yeah. This is the most common way to run Docker container without occupying your terminal. You achieve this using detach or defrag. Stands for detach. That's amazing. It will be useful a lot. For now, let's simply go ahead. This thing is working. Docker, we wanna kill it first of all. So let's kill it. Do not blame me for killing. I've killed so many containers. That's killing is not a good thing, but I have killed actually many containers. Docker ls, come on, Docker images, we have Docker ps, we don't have any process. Docker psa, we don't. Docker remove, I don't even need to remove it. I can just simply run the previous one. History, this is my history, and this is something that I need to run. Let's copy this thing here. Docker run this. Okay, let's run it. Bad. Config the container. Okay, I need to remove it. It took me lightly. I showed some mercy, and then psa docker remove. Let's remove it now. ls, and then the command we need to run this. it's running again. But the thing is that this time we are using altogether a new database of Postgres, of course, but we are using the same volume, so we are going to be getting the data. That is what we expect right now. Refresh it, and here we go. This is the magic of using volumes. What is remaining? Right now networks are remaining, and once network section is done, then there is nothing actually remaining after networks. So we will be getting it done. We will create a network. Let's do it actually, and then I leave. So this thing is done, and once this thing is done, let's stop it even. We have Docker process. Do we have that? It's not running. That's great. Docker PSA. Yeah, we have that right now. Docker Docker remove, and let's remove that. That's removed right now. Now we have to start a network, and once we start, we have to create a network actually. Docker PS. We are using Postgres. Going to be fun. Docker PS and not Docker PS. Docker network create my Docker network, something like this. This is what I'm creating right now. This thing is created. Docker network ls. So I have created this my Docker network. This is the bridge network that we have right now. Whenever we are trying to connect it to the database like this one, this time we will be using the network as well. So far it's been like that. So let's use network this time. For using network, how to use network? We've created a network ls. Okay, let's remove. Okay, we need to write network. Network, WORK, network, and then name my Docker network. We have entered this thing, and what will this do? It will add it to a network. Do it. Bad. Unknown shorthand flag, and sorry, there should be double hyphens. I hope they are called hyphens. Okay, yeah. So it is connected to the network right now ultimately. So network is created. This thing is done, and right now it is already attached to the network. We can run a process. That process can also be connected to the network, but then we should be able to ping from there to here. If we are able to ping, that means it's working. And if we are able to ping instead of local host, we can use the name of the network and it will work fine. No, we cannot use the name of the network. We can use the name of the app that we have made, that is PostgresDB. What does this network do actually? First of all, it gets your containers connected to that particular network. Once the containers are connected to a particular network, then kind of containers have their own IP addresses. Okay, their own IP addresses, but how those IP addresses cannot be exposed directly. So what do? We need to create a network only for the containers, right? We don't need those IP addresses to work on. So we create a network, and with that network, all the containers, they are connected with that particular network. And once they are connected, those containers, all of them, they have their own particular IP addresses in the network thing. When we connect to the network, those IP addresses gets their own domain. Okay, and when we get the domain, with the help of that domain, we are able to send requests to all the containers connected. How do we get the domain? This name that I have mentioned in here, name PostgresDB, this name is the domain name. This domain name refers to the IP addresses of that particular container that I have created. This container is of the Postgres database container. So this Postgres database container has its own IP address, and this name that I have specified, if this is connected to a network, this name becomes the domain name of that particular IP address. And once I have the domain name, I can ping anything, right? If there is kind of a network, there is kind of a machine, there is kind of an IP address that's available and that has a domain name. I don't know the IP address, but I know the domain name. I can ping that. Similarly, all the containers, they are connected to the same network. They have their own IP addresses. We don't know the IP address, but we know the domain name. How do we know the domain name? First of all, we get all of them connected to the same network. Once they are connected to the same network, then we, while creating them, we just give them name too. So that particular name gets converted into domain name, and that is references to the IP address of that particular container. Wow. So it happens like that. By the way, let's check this thing out too. So Docker, this thing is okay. Docker images, let's check the images. I have my app, so let's run that. Docker run my app. I will be running it on 3000 port. So port is gonna be 3000. I will be giving it name if needed. Name is not quite required here, but I can say my app. I can give it the name my app container. This is the name, depends. And then I can give it the network. So network is gonna be network is gonna be my, what was the network name? The network name was my Docker network, my Docker network. This is the network name, so I have got the network name too. I have given the name too. Should be fine right now, don't you think so? I think so, it should be fine. Let's give it a, let's do all these things in the detached mode this way, and let's get it done. In bad option, bye. I want to run it. Okay, my app, let's go with this like this. Okay, what is the problem? Error response, daemon conflict, running, that's okay. Docker ps, we have Postgres, Docker ps a my app, Docker remove my app. I will be running in detached mode. Not bad option. In the detached mode, I want to run my app. Daemon, come on, you got to be kidding me. Docker. That is the network. Not a bad option. Okay. Docker ps, Docker psa, Docker remove this particular thing from here. This should work right now, yeah. And Docker ps, the process is running. Now what we can do, we can just go inside that. So Docker execute iteration interactive mode actually, and this is the ID for that. We will be using sh. That's bad. We will be using sh. We are inside that ls. We are inside this, and if I just ping what do I need to ping? Postgres DB. I'm able to ping it. That's great. And the IP address of that is 17 point and all. But ultimately, the thing is that with the help of the domain name, the name we specified that got converted into domain name, and we are actually able to ping that. The same thing can happen with this too. Let's exit this thing. We can ping or node my app process that is running. We can ping or container where our app is actually running. So let's get this thing done too. Docker ps process, Docker execute interactive mode, and the IP address, not IP address, just the ID actually, and the SSH. And I should be able to ping my app. What was the name of my app? That was ping my app container. I'm just pinging that. Ping not found. Ping not found. Okay. We had a ping. Ping is not available inside that container. ls. We don't have ping here. That's great. That's okay if we don't have ping. We can't really do anything. But yeah, we can ping from our Node.js app, and we can't ping from a container that's running a database. Just yeah, database has no way to just ping the thing, so that's right too. By the way, this is how it gets done. We've got the network connected to, and we can use PostgreSDB in the place of that. Let's do it too. Let's get some data. Here we have this, and what do we need to have to just get the data? We are using Postgres right now, so let's get started with this Postgres. Don't need to download. Documentation 18 current. Getting started. Creating database. Accessing database. Postgres with Node.js. Let's Postgres with Node.js. How can we connect it? We have to install PG, and after that client will get a new client, client connect. Okay, we'll get the queries like this. Okay, let's do it. Not bad option. Let's install PG and go ahead with the things. This thing npm, but we are using pnpm, so we'll be using that. We are inside this ls test docker testing. Can't I write ls properly? Yeah. Pnpm add PG. I may have to add. We've got the PG. What is the next step? Once we have that, we need to get the client from PG. Let's do that. Pnpm add the types / pg d. This thing is done. What now? I have to initialize that new client and connect. Pretty easy peasy. Do it. Const client is equal to new client, and then client dot connect this way. Okay. By the way, does it expect any URL as such? Config string config, yeah, it does expect an URL. HTTP, not HTTP. How can connect it? Can I connect it to the Postgres SQL? Postgres is the username. Password is gonna be 3241 @ localhost. It will be running on 5430, and I need to connect to DB my DB. Wow, good. So I have Postgres, the username, this is the password, localhost 5430, my DB, something like that. and I'm connecting it function connect db this and this and this. Let's make it async. This returns a what does this return? It returns a promise. Await it, something like this. Okay, sorry, my bad. Async, something like this. So let's connect to the DB as well. Once this thing is done, over here, connect DB this way. Make it async. Okay, this thing is done, and now we need to get the data from there. I've got the client, I don't even need to use that, by the way. Client.connect. This way it will be okay. I think that is how it's used. So connect then client.query, and then we can give the query, and then it will give us the result. That's amazing. Let's see whether it is actually possible to do that or not. So res is equal to await await client dot user dot user or users dot await dot client dot query. That's it. Okay, I was using the Prisma way. Client dot query, select everything from users, done. Then we'll be selecting everything. Once I got the response, what do I need to do? I can just simply response rows 0 dot message. Response rows 0. I have to return that. It's time to return response row 0. Let's simply return the response and then see what happens. What does this mean, by the way? Response duplicated. Okay, my bad. Response. This is the response that I'm going to be getting. Should be fine. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's actually connected to the database. But this thing, the thing is, let's run it outside and see whether we get the result or not. How can we run it? npm dev. Localhost 3000. Are we going to get the result? We need to build this. npm build. npm dev. Wow. This is amazing, crazy thing actually. Let's stop it. There must be a process running, docker ps. Yeah, the previous one is already running. We need to stop that. Okay, let's do that. Docker kill. Docker ps. Well, we don't really have that. Let's run it now. npm dev. And we are getting it. Rows.0. We made it. Response dot that should be rows and rows dot 0. Response dot row dot 0. Oh my bad. Response dot rows dot 0. This is how it will be going on. Let's run it again. And we are able to get the response. But the thing is that why are we even able to get that? Because the server is running, and the server is the server is running on 5432 port inside the container, but the result is being exported. Result is being exported to 5430 port on my local device, and because of that thing I'm able to access that. Now what happens if I actually start running my the app inside a container? This one is running inside a container, this one is running inside a container. How will the my app talk to database? Okay, because now there is no local, there is nothing running locally inside my container. So if I just give this particular local host, if I just save this particular URL, it will not connect, because right now my app is running outside the container. So local host means my local device, and on my local device I'm getting the data from my database, because that is also connected, something like that. But if I actually run it inside a container, it will not have any local, it will have a local host, but there will be nothing running inside that local host. Then what will happen? Then the problem will happen. Okay, for that particular thing we will actually change to my network that I have created. Not a network, actually the name of the Docker, the name of the, that database name is the domain name. So Docker process. So right now what was the name, by the way? PostgresDB. PostgresDB was the name. So let's do it. PostgresDB. And now I think if I just run Docker build my app connect directory, it is going to be built first of all. And right now I'm using PostgresDB. This PostgresDB is the host name, and this host name refers to the IP address of the container inside that my database is running. Let's get this thing done, and then we will start running it and then see whether we are actually able to get the data or not. So now Docker run, let's give it the name. Name is gonna be my app container. That is just the name. I am not even worried about that. My app container, and it will be running on port 3000, and I will get the response on 3000, and it already has that. I have to run my app. I need to get it connected to a network. If I'm not getting it connected to the network, nothing will happen. Let's see. Node index.js failed. Host name PostgresDB, and it mainly failed because of that. So if I just have a look at my Docker processes, Docker ps, there's no process running as such. So what we will have to do, we will have to add a network as well. So let's add a network, and that is gonna be my Docker network. This way. Let's go. Okay, it's already running. Process all Docker remove. This thing I have to remove from here. Docker PSA. Docker remove. Let's remove this one too. What is the use of this thing? My app container. I don't need that. My app container. I have Postgres running. PostgresDB. My app container was the name of that instance that I was running. Not even required this thing. Well, here we are. We will be running this thing again. Network is connected. I hope it should work fine. Okay, this thing I am getting error. Why am I getting error? Error 5430. connect. It found the error connecting to that. Connect this my PostgreSDB. Come on, Docker network ls. We have this my Docker network. That's okay. That is the base network that's working. And Docker ps, Docker psa, Docker remove. Let's remove this particular thing from here. Docker ps, how can I get it done? It needs to be connected to the same network, but the thing is that it is showing me an error. PostgreSDB, something like that. What was the name of that? That name was PostgreSDB. The name. Okay. Docker ps a, not a actually, just Docker ps. Name is PostgreSDB. Yeah, I'm getting that name. PostgreSDB 5430. It's running at. Sorry, my bad. Inside the container, it's running on 5432 port. Okay, so Docker build p my app, something like this. This is what I'll be running right now. Let's go ahead. Already exists, that's okay. Docker ps, Docker psa, Docker remove this particular thing. Let's remove it from here. Docker run it. Well, it's running right now. If I actually look at the result, we are getting the result. This is how we are making one container talk to the another container, and this is working amazingly fine. We have even created Postgres database. It's just time to learn Postgres. We have even used this. We are not using Prisma here. We are just using Postgres directly. Can you imagine? Okay, let's get this thing done. ls. So ultimately we have gone through all these things. Let's have a look at them, whatever we have gone through. First of all, we log in, run Mongo images, that's okay. Remove RMI, ps, kill container ID, that's okay. Docker start, we have Docker run, we have even setting the port, mapping Docker images, ps run, build, push, kill, remove, execute, we have then Postgres run, we can give the environment variables, we can set the ports, Docker run, and this thing we are giving the database URL from here on. That's great. Next one, we can build it like this, a Docker volume, we can create the volume, so ls list the volumes, remove the volume, even Docker run at this particular port, at this particular volume, and this is how. But when it comes to Postgres, so Docker run p 5432 and 5432 volume, that's gonna be Postgres DB, and it will be on var/lib/postgres, if I'm not wrong. I'll have to even check the things first of all properly. Let's go and check them. Let's go to history, and somewhere back I just got it. Yeah, this was var, lib and Postgres. This is where things are actually saved, so I need to keep this particular thing in mind too. So let's keep this particular thing really saved somewhere, so that next time onwards I don't have to wander here and there. So it was like this, done. And we can create the network list, remove, we can even remove the network that we have created. So right now talking about the networks, how many I have. So docker network list them. These are the networks. I have two networks. I have one of them was created today, another one was created yesterday. I can delete the today's one, so I can do my docker network remove remove, and this is the network that I want to remove. Let's go ahead with enter, and if I just go list them, then I have only one. So this is how it can all actually be removed. Once that is removed, let's go ahead. We have the same commands: mongodb data container name network node appnet node at network volume, and everything we are giving here. Docker network have this thing users. Okay, we have docker network connect and docker network disconnect. Once we have that, we can even disconnect that easily. So suppose network is connected, if we want to disconnect that, we can disconnect that. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Docker network connect. Let's see how it works. Docker network connect options and network container. Like Docker network connect my backend network and my web app. Container to connect a container named my web app to a network named my backend network. You use this. Okay. Ultimately, we need to enter the my backend network and my web app like this. Let's do one thing. Let's do it. ls docker ps any process that we are running. No. Docker ps a, we have my app. There is network right now. I think that's not visible. Okay, docker start, and when I start this one right now, I know it will fail. It has failed network because of network thing. But ultimately we can connect to the network. Suppose let's create another one. Docker run port is gonna be 3000. Just make it 4000. It will be running on 3000 port. It will be my app. And I forgot to add the network, suppose. So right now this will the simple thing that would be running. I may get an error. Yeah, I got that. But now I need to set the network, and for setting the network, docker ps docker images. Okay, let's use this one. Docker run at port is going to be 4000, and it will be running on 3000. This is the app that I'll be using, and let's run it. So it will start running. I can even get the response. Well, it's running on 4000 port, by the way. I will get the response, but on the 4000 port. So let's make it 4000 right here. 4000, yeah, this done. And once this thing is done, what now? The next thing that I can do, I can connect to, so docker network connect. What is the network name? Even we have to list the networks. Then docker network connect, and what is the network? Node app network. We can connect it to we didn't give any name to this thing, my bad. Let's stop this thing right here. Docker process status. Okay, we have only one, that is docker kill. Let's kill this one. Oh, we can't kill that, can't we? Docker process status, docker kill. We needed the ID. docker ps, let's do one thing, docker ps, docker ps for all. These many are running right now. The shortest way would be to simply delete all the containers that we have. These are the ones. Let's select all of them, delete them in one go. Okay, let's go here. And what about right now? I will be simply running that. This one, I will be giving the name to this thing right now, this process. Name will be my app. And this time let's run it. It will start running, and I can add my app here. It will connect. Now disconnected. I can disconnect it too. Disconnect, and it disconnected. As simple as that. Okay, so almost everything is done. Whatever we had to just revise, we have revised almost all the things. Few things are still remaining. So disconnect to connect, I've gone through them. So okay, let's do them like this. Okay, a Docker file. Let's make it even better. Work dir, and work dir needs to be created. After work dir, we are copying everything and then we are installing it all. Work dir. After that, whatever the way we have made here, let's copy and paste the things this time. Let's exit this. Exit this one too. Docker file. Here is the good file that we have, npm. It does work the way we want it to work. So the first one is gonna be Docker file, and one more I'll have, that's going to be docker ignore /code and then we'll have some of the things, remaining ones. This one, oh sorry, this one, and this one in here. Okay, ultimately things are done like this. Pretty much Docker files, pretty great. So this thing is done right now. We've gone through all the commands. Even we now understand this thing well. Run PostgreSDB, this, yeah, and that's understandable. And we can use this thing. D. Use D to run it in the data, something like that. Ultimately, whatever we had to revise, we have revised them. That's the best thing ever. And let's simply close everything. We have to revise that. We have to go through SQL and PostgreSQL. So we will be going to, thanks to Shavin. I'll be going through that, brother. Done. My app is still running. Let's stop it. Stop it, this thing too, yes. And as for some of the processes that are running, Docker ps, Docker kill, this is the what app is that is running. Let's kill it. Docker psa, Docker remove, let's remove it. Docker psa, Docker ps, Docker images. Here we are. Exit. So ultimately right now we are done. The main goal was to just go through the Docker thing. Few things are still remaining. As we have gone through the process, right now just simply going through PDFs are remaining, so we will be going through them. What time is it? 8:18. Let's have a look at the PDF directly right here, so that we don't have to go through this thing later. There's nothing much in the PDF actually, so I've already gone through most of the things. I should not be worried about that, but it's better to have a look at the PDF directly. So what exactly are we doing? Containers. It's better to just go through that properly. So we will be going through it tomorrow, and once we have gone through it, then we will be just start learning. We'll be starting to learn something new. By the way, that was it for now. I will be catching up soon, maybe after half an hour or something. I'll be back. It's not like that I won't be back. I'll be back. Maybe I'll be going through the notes and all again. It's gonna be quite I speaking day. I get it. I've been speaking all the day, but this is what happens actually. Take care. I'm gonna be catching up soon.